Do you have an alter ego? Well, sometimes having an alter ego can be very scary to people because it may seem fake or delusional or this evil or bad persona that you're trying to be, but it literally does not have to be that. We confuse alter egos with a terrible version of ourselves, and that's why a lot of people do not embody their alter egos. In today's video, I will be sharing with you what an alter ego is, how to craft your alter ego, how to activate it, and fun ways you can go about appearing different to be able to activate your alter ego. An alter ego is literally who we really are and who we want to show up as every day, but we have to mend ourselves for society, which is why we show up as shy and not really confident and just basic, like how everybody is around us, because society accepts that. As soon as you step out of your comfort zone and you are extravagant and you're hyper and you're so loud, it's like, what are you doing? You need to be toned down. This is a restaurant, we're eating. You know what I mean? So an alter ego to me is literally someone who you already are, but you're hiding them. So you're putting a mask on top of it, like, oh, no, I'm going to the grocery store, I need to act this way. I don't need to wear a Met Gala dress to the grocery store because nobody's wearing that. Everybody's basic and jeans and shirts. You know what I mean? For you to be able to activate your alter ego, you need to step out of the comfort zones that we set ourselves and the limitations, because your best self doesn't really care what other people think. If you're a people pleaser, you're shy, you're not so confident, you don't talk to anybody, you don't attempt to talk to nobody, then that's what society wants you to be. Because let's think about it, everybody is that way until they really have to show up as something else. I'll give you an example. Our most loved superstars, like actors and singers and performers, they are not like that 24/7. Beyonce is not extra and walks with confidence all the time. No, she's very shy and preserved every single day, but as soon as she walks on stage or she has to perform anywhere, she steps out of her normal Beyonce self into Sasha Fierce. That's her name, by the way. Kobe Bryant is also the late Kobe Bryant is also an example. He was Kobe regularly, but he turns into Black Mamba as soon as he walks or steps into the field, because he has to be that type of person that he wants to be. He wants to be great at basketball and great at his career, that his own beliefs and his own self, who he was, I guess, hinders that. He cannot shoot the hoop all the time like he wants to, but Black Mamba does. Sasha Fierce is cultivating and she is strong and willful, but Beyonce isn't really like that. And there's so many examples too. And one way you can do that for yourself is literally ask yourself this question, right? Who am I in the ordinary world? And who do you want to be in the extraordinary world? For example, if you want to be more confident and dress up the way you want to dress up and speak how you want to speak, walk differently, dress differently, do your makeup different, wear some eye contacts like I am, that is someone in the extraordinary life, right? And you should ask yourself, why am I not that person right now? And for you to be able to connect the dot from ordinary to extraordinary, your alter ego effect needs to come on. So here are some examples that I have done in a sense, and this is some of the things that you can do too. Koki, who is the mom, it's me. She's a mom, she's a friend, she's a daughter, she is a wife. I show up different. I do not look like this when I'm playing with my kids or when I'm with my husband or speaking to my mom or my friends. But because I want to be perceived as someone else, and by the way, I do have a name for my alter ego, which is something fun actually. I have to, as soon as I wore my contact lenses, did my hair, put on some makeup, put a little bit of jewelry, I'm someone different. I talk different. You remember how I used to have a mic whenever I used to speak? Out. Because I am so confident in what I say, how I speak, what I do, that I don't need all that. But Koki needs it. If I were to show up as Koki, I would literally be in a shell, need a mic, not so confident in how I speak. You get what I mean, right? So an alter ego literally boosts your confidence, or it can be whatever you want to be. You're like, oh my God, I'm so loud, I want to tone it down a little bit. Your alter ego can be that for you. Usually it's something that boosts your confidence, something that makes you more comfortable with achieving your goals and where you want to be, and your everyday person cannot click and make the connections, if that makes sense. Like I said, crafting your alter ego can be actually really fun, right? It can start by giving it a name. It doesn't have to be a generic name like Lisa or Michael. It can literally be something that really speaks to you. Like it can be something about like an ocean or the waves or the trees and nature. It can be literally it can be an animal. It can literally be anything. So first, I think it's very crucial to identify your alter ego, give it a name, so you know that, oh, I am this person right now and not my regular self. That also helps identify who you are at the time, so you know when to activate your alter ego, because you have to have boundaries. You cannot be this alter ego 24/7. I bet you can, but it's not always realistic, because we already do that all the time. How you show up at work is different. How you show up at home is different. How you speak to your friend as opposed to your children is different. You know what I mean? So we really do have those boundaries. So if you will be naming this person, your alter ego, it needs to have a clear distinction and boundaries. Like, I only activate you when I'm in front of a camera. I only activate you in a soccer field. I only activate you on a stage or at school. You know what I mean? So naming your alter ego can be fun. It can be literally anything that speaks to you. It can be lion, for example, because it's so big and bold and mighty, if that's the energy you're trying to portray. And also having like a totem to your alter ego is very helpful too, like wearing a pair of glasses or some jewelry all the time, or the way you make your hair. Like, is it always going to be up? Is it always going to be down? Is it long? You know what I mean? Do you always wear white? Do you always wear black? Are you so colorful, like literally all the time wearing color block? Is, you know, once you identify what your alter ego likes and how whatever it is makes them feel, it's going to be so much easier to attach and detach from them from time to time. So for me, for example, right now I'm wearing my contact lenses. I'm not going to be wearing them 24/7. No, I wear them when I'm coming to the camera, because that's what my alter ego wants to do. And that's what we're doing. I feel confident. I feel so beautiful because I am someone who I always wanted to be. And usually I would get like contents that are like just brown, very like my skin tone, so they don't pop out. But my alter ego is like, you're about to get gray contact lenses. Sometimes it may be blue or green. It may be anything crazy. You know what I mean? And you need to allow yourself to express yourself in that way, because one, I do not care how other people are perceiving me right now. I do not care if like, someone's like, oh, your eyes are so weird. It has nothing to do with you. So that is me detaching from society and what they expect to who I really want to be. What you can take away from this video is, how am I going to be perceived as my alter ego? Like, how do they show up? How do they walk, talk, anything, literally dress up, versus how your ordinary self does these things. I think you can have a distinction right there. Secondly, what are your ordinary beliefs and extraordinary beliefs? That will also help you know your type of person and know exactly what they like, what they don't like, how they move around in stressful situations, around people, around a crowd, when they're by themselves, how do they think? And also how or when you're going to activate them, because that is very crucial. You cannot be this person 24/7, which is why we all wear different hats all the time, and it's so natural for us that we do it automatically without even noticing. But if you need that extra boost of confidence, that's something you can do. So another fun thing, revealing my name as my alter ego. Okay, backstory. Before I had this name, I had it 2 years ago, as soon as I had my daughter, I think. And it spoke to me, and I was like, that's not me, that's not my name. And I remember asking my husband, I was like, should I change my name to so-and-so? I want to change my name. But that's the thing, if you put other people in the process, it will not work, because everybody has their own opinions. It needs to speak to you so much that you're like, yeah, this is it. Even if it sounds crazy to people, this is what it is. And it happened so much to a point where I was like, no, I'm not changing my name, I'm not doing that. I saw this name everywhere I went. No joke. Movies, characters in movies, billboards. It was in magazines. It was everywhere, to a point where I knew I had to do, like, I didn't know at that point that that was my alter ego, but I know now. And it's so crazy because I also paired it with a name that my grandmother always calls me since I was little, because I have Chinese eyes. That's what she called me. So I was like, that sounds amazing. And as soon as I clicked the two together, I was out of here. I was like, yep, that's my name. So my name, my alter ego name, is Naomi Lee. I think it's such a cute name. Oh my gosh. People are like, oh, Naomi is so basic. So what? So what? So Naomi Lee. But one thing that I do need help with from you, though, is deciding if I should change my entire YouTube name to Naomi Lee. I think that's going to be nice. Or just staying as is. But also, I do show up on YouTube as Naomi. This is not Koki. This is not Letitia. You know what I mean? So let me know in the comments, and I'd love to hear your opinion. But I'm so excited to show up as this person, so confident, knows what I'm talking about, and yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful journey. As I did say before, I am literally reinventing myself. So this is step number 1, more to come. There's so much that I've learned, so why not? And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you next week.